Hey everyone, as the live stream is being uploaded, let me also hit the record button. Awesome. Okay, there are a lot of things that are happening today, and I got the immediate guidance just a few seconds ago to, instead of responding via text, to do a video on this. So what's happening is that this video is a response to a webinar that I did earlier that talks about the energetic downfall in decision making. And I am going to share some responses to some feedback that I got. So one person said, I already had lots of moments and insights. Like today, I had 3 nudges to message a friend. And it so turns out that he's passing through my area, and it works out perfectly for me to meet him at the airport here at this time. However, I'm noticing that fear often confuses my intuition, and that this often comes up in relation to spending any money. Now, that's a really good topic. And so, if moving forward and something means I need to spend money, I often end up hesitating. So, this is such a beautiful topic, and thank you so much for putting it on the table, because we all have got to remember that the money shows up as a powerful teacher in our lives. That's one of the bigger purposes of money, to be our teacher. Think about when we get sick in our bodies, right? One of the first ways in which we know that we're sick is that we tend to have a higher temperature in our body, right? So a fever normally is the body's way of trying to get our attention and be like, hey, pay attention, something is off, something is not right. I'm letting you know, it's sending out a signal to us for us to do something about it. This is how money works in our lives, right? It's sending out a signal. So the signal can be from a place of lack and limitation, right? Like, oh my goodness, I don't have this. Or it can be from a place of luxury, right? Like amazing abundance. It freaks you out as well. I mean, some people might find this strange, but we usually have a reaction to money when we think it's too much and when we think it's too little. And we want that Goldilocks effect with our money. We want it just right, in our comfort zone. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And usually, if you meet somebody who are really happy with where they are with the money and how that is working for that person, you will find that most often there is another area in their life that it's crumbling. And that area is so bad that if they didn't have the money to support them with that area, they would not know how to even exist as a human being on this planet, right? Um, and so that's what is one way in which it would show up. Another way in which it shows up is we get to sort out our money story just for this moment, and then some other thing collapses, and then we sort that out just for this moment, and then another area collapses. So we play this sort of yo-yo game with our energies, and we're always trying to juggle everything into place to have the perfect way of what this should mean in our lives. And we do that. We're guilty of that, right? So this happens from the traditional, normal, even LOA ways of being and operating in our lives and in our businesses. And there is a better way. There is a higher way, and we don't no longer need to play those kinds of games. And especially true now that we're in 2020 and moving forward, those energies are also showing up even more strongly to support this outcome of our desire. All right. So to answer your question specifically, um, intuition shows up to let you do something that it knows will get you closer to the desire that you want. Your intuition is your way to knowing the next step, right? When you're in a space where you're like, I don't know, there's nothing there, or this seems impossible, your intuition shows you the next step. And you now show up to follow that and to really trust that, right? And so the problem here is not that you don't know your intuition and you don't and you know you doubt your ability to do the thing that your intuition is saying. The problem is that you don't trust your intuition and you judge yourself, especially when your intuition says, let's involve the energy of money. And it's fascinating because it's the energy of money that you get to play with to bring you to the space that you desire so that you can play, so that you can catch your nuances with the energy of money and choose to play an even bigger game. It's not the outcome of the program or the thing that you're doing. Right? If you sign up for a program saying, well, I want this outcome, and you come to that choice from just your human self, then it may or may not work. If you come from your intuition and your higher self being like, okay, this is the thing that I've got to do. Now is the time to do it. You know that without a doubt, but nothing makes sense. Like sometimes it may look like, well, I don't even know how I'm going to pay my next month's bill. However, I'm being guided to do this thing with this person at this time. It's because whatever is meant to be unlocked at that spot for you is the thing that's going to help you through in resolving the reason why you're not able to pay your bills for the next month, right? But I'm talking from a place of pure intuition and inspired action at the time that you're inspired to do it, right? So that is super important because when you hesitate, you're adding your human glitches into the equation, and then you have human glitches to deal with as well in the journey, right? Because you've added it into the mix. Not to say that if there were no glitches, everything will be smooth, because however that's showing up is according to your creation. Like if you want to see something, it will show up. If you want something, it will show up. If it's not showing up, then that's also showing you why it's not showing up. You see what I mean? So that's what's happening. I would say ensure that whatever you're signing up for, choose the person that you know will address the things to get you there. Don't sign up for something that's a cookie cutter space and they're giving you general things. Ensure that that person is speaking exactly to your frequency and addressing your exact issues and glitches that you're dealing with, because that's what you want, right? There is no space for the broader things, unless you're in a space where you don't even know what this is and you're now raising your awareness about something, then you can go into a container that operates from a broader energetic perspective, right? But if you already know what your glitches are and you know that there's a particular thing that you are choosing to resolve at this time, then choose a container that helps you to resolve that. All right. So thank you for sharing your question. I'm happy about that. And for the containers that I create, it is for first that person, if you're signing up for this is for your energetic frequency, your human glitches, and then how that affects your business, or even the way you're showing up in your business is saying a lot about you as a person. So, and where your glitches are, right? Where your shadows are. So we get to address these things. And if that interests you, then you know where to find me. I love you all. Have an amazing day. I trust that this has served you, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.